I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, kidnapped in 41, born in 39. JFK helped in my kidnapping. His father was made ambassador to England in 1936 by U.S. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. My dad, Edward VIII, was taken down with character assassination. He was married to my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, and he never married Wallace Simpson. My mom and dad, they stole his identity. A double and an imposter married Wallace and became the illegal Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Elizabeth knew it, has always known it. Her father knew it when he helped take down his own brother, because my father wouldn't go along with the Illuminati and take their orders. He loved his country, and look what's been done to him by the Illuminati and those involved with my kidnapping, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, Roosevelt's, my own Uncle George, Elizabeth, who's known the truth. She's illegal. There were papers drawn up by my father, and they went through channels. They're proper. I am Margaret Ann Windsor, Victoria II, the moment I was born. So I'm the real monarch. Elizabeth is a fake. She works for the Illuminati. She's a high-ranking member, as high as you can get. And that list of 300 came out not long ago, and I put it up on YouTube and Facebook. But now I want to get to this. Through my life, you can't tell what's been done to me and my sons. And I pray every day they're alive and well. They're heirs after me, not Harry or William, not Charles, not Elizabeth, not her father. They're war criminals, and all of them do know, by the way. Now, I have been shut down. I've had things done to me that were so criminal and sick and almost killed too many times. I did a book on mind control where they could cure any illness, cancer. Yet today they have charities and get up and for fundraisings when they've always had a cure. They can cure illnesses or create them, like AIDS and Ebola that they sent to South Africa. This whole thing was to take down the British Empire. So they have the legal monarch over here, Moulton, Alabama, gave me the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married Childers, so I have to use that name. Both twins were killed. They were born out of wedlock, and the family covered it up. Now, harassment and illegal acts and killing me or at least trying. They did a damn good job, excuse me. I'm not putting up information. If you care, you can look back at some of the videos that I put up information. But I'm 80 years old almost, and I have an autoimmune disorder, which has actually been used against me deliberately. Made me run from one place to the other. I've been kept without funds. You have to have money to pay bills, They've stripped me of everything. So I put this up as a narrative through the years. But tonight, someone sent me a money order, a little money. To me, it was a lot because I don't have any. It's a money order. It should have been okay. I go to Kroger's at Hollins and Roanoke all the time. That's where I get most of the time. A few times I've gone somewhere else and gotten my medication, but that was because I'd moved or something within Roanoke and Salem. So basically I've used Kroger, but this main Kroger store out there where I've been in there the third of the month or first of the month and throughout. So they all have seen me for years and years and years. So I went back, I called and to make sure the money order was okay because I had not tried to cash one. Usually if I've used it, it's paying on a bill or something. They take it no problem. But at the customer service, and I had called them, they said there would be no problem getting it cashed. Well, that's not true. I started to pay a cab, and I thought, no, if something does go wrong, I'm not going to have money to pay the cab. So a couple here were nice enough to take me. Lo and behold, I got there, and the young man behind the desk, customer service, said, oh, well, yeah, the money was there, and it wasn't the person that sent it's fault, but I couldn't cash it. He had me call a number with Travelers, and this is a money order, but it's through Travelers. So I called it, it's 800 number, and they said that I could not get the money order cashed, and told me to check back in about a month. Can you believe all this? Now the young man behind the counter who's doing all this, he's the one that's run it through, and I had to use this and use this. I had a state ID, and they required something else there that I think they didn't have. They didn't need anything there. I gave them a state ID. That was enough, and where I live. And they know all this. It's not like I just walked in off the street, for God's sake. Now then, it's cost me the time and the pain, and the fact that the young man said, well, I got to go see my manager first. Why did he have to go see his manager? I'm used to this. People, the law enforcement, etc., get ahead of me, and they do pretty much what they want to me, or have it done. This is not just harassment. This is illegal, and it's painful. I can hardly walk because I'm in here, and I don't have. This is where I'm having to stay and pay to stay, and it's outside. They use the grills a lot, and that bothers me because it comes through inside, and the air conditioning is, quite frankly, and I better not put that up because I need a place to stay. I'm paying for it, but I'm run from place to place. I've stayed here quite a while. Anything to keep a roof over my head, and quite frankly, I had liked the people here, even though they know about my illness, and I'll leave it at that. They know that toxic fumes and stuff tear me up if it's really toxic in the close quarters. So till the day I die, they've watched me here in Roanoke climb the Appalachian Trail and live on the trail and freeze and starve. They were told not to help me then. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Since January, I have really paid a price for trying to have a roof over my head. This is what the autoimmune disorder, the inflammation and everything. I've lost my hair, my heart. I have problem with my heart. You have to get away from the fumes, and when they're deliberately used and you don't have a car or anything, that's a little hard to do. So I'm going to leave it here because the man behind the desk, first of all, why did he have to go ask his manager anything? It's common practice. And by the way, when I got back here to the room, I called another Kroger. I didn't go into detail. I just asked what the procedure was. They should have cashed it. There was no reason they shouldn't have. And by the way, the young man said after he wouldn't cash it, and he had me call Travelers, and you get a computer, and he had already done something with this number, so I don't know what happened there. There was no reason for it. But then he told me, the same young man said, well, if I went on down the street to Walmart or I went to another Kroger, they'd probably cash it. I don't know if they will or not. I don't think so, because I got the computer when I called that number, Travelers, and they said try back in a month and maybe they'd cash it. Can you get this? My life has been filled with horror. The fact I've been made penniless, every law in the friggin' book, things done to me. And talk about civil rights. I mean, when I was up on the trail, pulling, freezing, starving, running, people were told not to help me, and they didn't. But you think this is simple? I wish to God there would be a movie or something made, and people had to look at what they've done to me and my sons and my country. Amen.